Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought you were just an average guy? Maybe you've convinced yourself that women don't really notice you. But here is a truth most men never realize. You were probably far more attractive than you think you are. Not because of your looks alone, but because of the energy you carry, the quiet confidence you don't even notice, and the way you move through the world. Most men never see it, but women do. You might walk through your day assuming no one's paying attention, while women around you are quietly observing your body language, your tone, your calmness. They're not just looking at your face, they're feeling your presence. Attraction isn't just physical, it's emotional, psychological, and energetic. And the irony? The men who doubt themselves the most are often the ones who naturally have that magnetic presence. Attraction begins long before you ever open your mouth. It's in the way you stand, the way you react, and the way you handle yourself when no one's watching. You don't have to be tall, rich, or perfectly built to stand out. What truly makes a man attractive is his emotional control, his calmness, and his sense of purpose. When a man walks into a room knowing who he is, people feel it. It's not arrogance, it's awareness. Let's talk about something most guys completely miss. If you've ever noticed a woman acting nervous around you, fumbling her words, fixing her hair, or avoiding eye contact after making it, that's not awkwardness. That's attraction. Her body reacts before her brain does. When a woman feels drawn to a man, her energy shifts. Her heartbeat quickens, she becomes more self-aware, and she starts thinking about how she looks or sounds around you. It's instinctive, so when you notice those subtle reactions, understand, you're not imagining it. She feels your presence. Now, let's flip the perspective. One of the biggest signs of hidden attractiveness is how other men respond to you. Respect is a form of recognition. When you walk into a room and people pay attention without you demanding it, that's presence. It is not about intimidation. It is about the quiet authority that naturally comes from self-control. Men subconsciously recognize it. Some respond with respect, others with competitiveness. Either way, they feel it. And here's the secret. Women notice how men treat you. When men respect you, women instinctively perceive you as higher value. Another sign you're more attractive than you realize is how people remember you. Have you ever met someone once and weeks later they still recall your name, your voice, or something small you said? That's not luck. That's presence. Most people blend in, but when your energy lingers, when you speak with intention, people remember you. It's not about being loud or flashy. It's about being authentic and calm. Real confidence isn't noisy. It's grounded. Here's something powerful. When you stop chasing, you become irresistible. Most men think they need to chase women to show interest, but true attraction works the other way around. When you're focused on your own goals and not constantly seeking attention, women feel that difference. Your energy says, I'm good either way. That independence, that peace draws them in. She starts wondering why you're not chasing like the others. Curiosity turns into attraction. Not chasing doesn't mean ignoring or playing games. It means you respect your own time and energy. You stay kind, but you don't overinvest. You show interest, but you never beg for attention. That balance communicates value. Women subconsciously feel safe around a man who isn't desperate for validation. That's what makes your presence magnetic. One of the strongest signs of real masculinity is emotional control. When a man stays calm in chaos, when he doesn't overreact or try to prove himself, he becomes rare. Picture this. Someone tests you, maybe tries to push your buttons or get under your skin. Instead of reacting, you smile, stay grounded, and move on. That calmness isn't weakness, it's dominance in its purest form. Women notice that. It shows strength, maturity, and power. The man who stays composed when others lose control is the one everyone remembers. And here's what's truly fascinating. Your energy changes the room before you even speak. You've probably felt it before. You walk into a room and people shift slightly. Someone glances your way, conversations slow, or the atmosphere just feels different. That's not in your head. That's your energy. Confident men project stability. They radiate calmness and direction. People are naturally drawn to it. Not because you're trying to be noticed, but because your presence demands it. Women feel that energy immediately. They might not even know why, but something about you pulls their attention. They notice your silence, your focus, your ease. You don't have to perform or pretend. You just have to be. The energy that says, "I'm comfortable in my own skin," speaks louder than any words. Now here's the part most men never understand. You underestimate yourself because you see yourself every day. You notice your flaws, your mistakes, your insecurities. But others don't. They see your strengths, your discipline, your subtle confidence. What's normal to you might be extraordinary to them. You're used to your reflection, but others see a version of you that's far more appealing than you realize. The reason most men don't recognize their own attractiveness is because they were comparing themselves to fake standards, edited photos, unrealistic physiques, social media illusions. But real attraction doesn't come from perfection. It comes from presence, depth, and energy. Women are drawn to men who make them feel something: safe, intrigued, curious. That comes from being authentic, not flawless. Here is something to think about. Being unaware of your attractiveness, doesn't it make you humble? It makes you invisible. The world doesn't reward men who hide their power. Confidence isn't arrogance, it's awareness. It's knowing your worth without needing to prove it. The moment you stop doubting yourself and start embracing your presence, everything changes. People notice you differently. Women respond differently. Even your energy shifts. So, the next time you walk past a mirror, stop criticizing and start observing. Look at the man you've become: calm, focused, quietly confident. You're not average. You're just unaware of how magnetic you already are. If this message resonated with you, remember, attractiveness isn't something you earn. It's something you realize. You don't need to change who you are. You just need to see yourself clearly for the first time. This is Mind Hack Stoic, where we talk about real attraction, psychology, and the mindset that makes men truly magnetic. If you're tired of overthinking your looks and doubting your value, stay connected. Because the truth is, you already have what you're searching for. You just haven't recognized it yet.